to subscribe to my channel, leave a comment, and like the video before you fall asleep. And also, if you wanna have access to extra videos from me, all sorts of different ASMR videos, and to support me and my channel, please check out my Patreon, which I will link in the description. Thank you very much. Now, if you want to fall asleep, I suggest that you lay back, relax, maybe even close your eyes, and just listen to my voice. Tonight, I want to tell you about two very different stories. One is about a house where secrets festered for a decade. A basement where vulnerable people were hidden away. The other is about a woman whose life ended in the quiet hours after dinner with her children. Her body later found floating in a river. Two stories, both about control, captivity, and the shadows people carry. Story number 1. The basement of Lancaster County. In Lancaster County, South Carolina, lived Donnie Birchfield Jr., 35 years old. To most, he might have seemed like a caretaker, someone who had taken in vulnerable people who needed help. But behind the closed doors of his home, a very different picture was painted. Authorities say Birchfield began keeping people in his home as far back as 2015. One of them, a woman he was romantically involved with. Over the years, more would join, including a married couple who couldn't care for themselves, and another woman. He was also romantically tied to. 4 people, all described only as vulnerable adults. It was July 2025. A woman living in Birchfield's home dies. But her death is never reported. This also feels very cultish, doesn't it? When investigators start looking into it, they notice troubling signs. Neglect, a lack of medical treatment, and evidence of physical abuse. That discovery leads them deeper, and it's then that authorities realize others are inside. One woman since 2015. Another brought in September 2024. And the deceased woman and her husband had also been in Birchfield's care for years. Police uncovered disturbing evidence that Birchfield controlled everything: their food, their bathroom breaks, their conversations. They were not free. Reports say Birchfield strangled one woman repeatedly. He also allegedly exploited the couple financially. In just 2025 alone, more than $11,000 was taken from their accounts to cover his debts and expenses. False imprisonment charges came quickly, as the victims described how they weren't allowed to leave. One of the most chilling details is just how long this went on. As I said, 2015 till 2025. Nearly a decade for one of the victims. That kind of captivity in silence and control is almost unimaginable. It was August 1st, 2025, when Birchfield is officially arrested. What was his first name? Donnie Ray. Donnie. So Birchfield was arrested 1st of August this year. His charges include exploitation of a vulnerable adult, financial fraud, domestic violence, and false imprisonment. He is held without bail at the Lancaster County Detention Center. Authorities wait for the pathologist's report on the deceased woman, knowing that more charges are going to come. What a horrifying story is this? Oh dear Lord. Imagine all these people, they say vulnerable, but I don't know what issues they had, mental, physical, or both. And did they have any? Again, they say vulnerable, so I assume they didn't really have any families. Maybe I'm just speculating, maybe addicts alongside with mental health issues, or just maybe physically disabled, or a lot of these combinations. What a horrifying situations were these people in, one of them for 10 years. And for what? For this sicko-looking dude to feel in charge of people's lives and existence. How horrible. I hope that he has a lot of time to think about how awful of a person he has been in his life. This case recalls other infamous basement horror cases like Linda Weston in Philadelphia, but this one happened quietly this case hopefully in the future, and I will share that with you when it comes out. But now, let's get into the second story of the night. The River of Brisbane. Crystal Beale, B-E-A-L-E, was a mother of two, 49 years old. She lived in Brisbane, Australia. By all accounts, her life was filled with ordinary rhythms, family dinners, raising her children, and navigating the complex relationship with her ex-husband, Jesse Beale. But behind the scenes, police say there was TV, domestic violence, a history of abuse that had marked their marriage and lingered long after. February 21st, 2025. Crystal has dinner with her two children in Sunnybank. Around 8:30 p.m., she lives with a man known to her and everyone that knew her, and that man was Jesse, her ex-husband. They drive to West End, where at 9:30 p.m. she's last seen leaving the car on Ryan Street. That's the final moment anyone saw her alive. Next day, on February 22nd, 2025, around 5:40 a.m., a passerby spots a body floating in the Brisbane River. It is Crystal. The police immediately launch Operation X-Ray SABA, S-A-B-A. What does that mean? They review over 1,000 hours of CCTV footage. They gather witness statements. They search Jesse's history and look deeper into his connection with Crystal. 7 months pass, but slowly the evidence built up. September 22nd, at dawn, after her body was found, police raid a home in Maudsley on the Gold Coast hinterland. Maudslland. And Jesse is arrested. He is charged with murder, domestic violence offense, and misconduct with a corpse. Authorities allege Jesse murdered Crystal, then disposed of her body in the river. Crystal and Jesse's marriage had a long record, unfortunately. these things come as a shock, and that there was never any red flag. Those are the rare incidents, but mostly when we talk about these cases, the attackers, first of all, are known, and they're usually close people to the victims, the offenders. And they usually had a long history of fighting and attacking each other, which is very heartbreaking, because it means, it could have been changed. It wasn't just a stranger in a random attack, which is horrifying in its own, but it is way more harder to deal with when it's someone you know. In case of Crystal and Jesse's marriage and their problems, while no protective orders were in place when she died, police confirm that there had been serious prior issues. It reframes the crime not as something random, but as the tragic conclusion of a very dangerous pattern. I'm sure we'll get more updates on these cases and the evidence they have against the husband, but for now, we are going to have to leave them at that. Now I want to read you guys an article that got my attention just now. It is from a website called Tribune.com, and it is about the celebrity who they found a corpse in his Tesla. I talked about it a couple of days ago, and this article is titled David, spelled D4vd, reportedly moderates own subreddit, deleting posts and sparking online outrage. Yeah, so he's not even arrested. There were a lot of things that indicated that David and this girl knew each other and they were in a relationship. But the creepy part is that David is 20 and the girl that was found is or was 15. And there were some clues and speculation online that they may have started dating or whatever you can call it, grooming, when she was 11. And she has been missing for a few years, since she was 13. So she's found in the back of the celebrity's car that was impounded while he was out there doing a tour and singing for people. But he's not arrested. I assume that he had an alibi, or maybe he could tell them what he thought happened to her. But we don't really know. Now they're saying that he's moderating his subreddit and removing stuff. Very odd. This article was published today, September 22nd, 2025. It says singer, songwriter David, real name David Anthony Burke, has sparked online controversy over the moderation of his official Reddit community. Fans allege that posts critical of him were referencing the ongoing police investigation into the death of 15-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez are being deleted. Celeste's body was discovered in a Tesla registered to Burke, though authorities have not named suspect. Observers of this subreddit have noted that it appears to be under tight control, with Burke listed as the sole moderator. Users say content discussing the investigation, his lyrics, or fan theories linking the singer to the case has been removed, prompting accusations that the community is being used to limit discussion. How is this real? I don't understand. If this was any other person, not a celebrity, they would have definitely been at least taken in for questioning for 24 hours or something, right? This is so odd. The activity has intensified debate about transparency, accountability, and how public figures handle online fan spaces during high-profile investigations. The singer is reportedly cooperating with law enforcement and is cancelled, and he has cancelled his ongoing world tour. Have you guys ever heard about him? I hadn't before I heard about this case. But again, I'm not really into pop culture, singers, or TikTok or wherever he became famous from, which I think he was on TikTok also. And he started by making video game content, which he used his own songs as the background songs, and that's how he became known for his singing. And he was doing a world tour, so I assume he's very famous. How crazy it must be for his fans right now. Meanwhile, brands that previously collaborated with him, including Hollister and Crocs, have removed promotional content featuring David while the investigation continues. Yes. Celeste's family has also launched a GoFundMe to cover funeral expenses. This situation underscores the challenges surrounding online moderation, celebrity influence, and fan communities, especially when public interest and legal investigation intersect. The subreddit's moderation decisions have placed the spotlight on David's online presence, sparking wider discussion about digital ethics and responsibility. And that is the end of this article. So basically there's nothing really out about the actual investigation. There are just more rumors going around, and I bet a lot of crazy conspiracies, maybe a lot of them have some, some realness to them. Should we look at what they're saying on X about him? By the way, I had this other X account that I used to put my cross-stitched artwork at, which is still working. But I was gonna check out my new X account that I showed you guys last time, the Whittler ASMR one. But I saw that they had suspended me. They said it didn't look like a real account or stuff like that. I don't know why. I had only posted like 2 posts, about the content I made. search about David. Here again, I'm going to be screen recording in case you want to see it with me, but I'm going to read and explain it to you either way. So I'm going to type here hashtag D4vd and search. I will look at a couple of some of the top ones seem to be, this one's from 20 minutes ago. It says, I don't know how some people are saying he's innocent. There's a ton of evidence he knew the girl. This is just some of it. It's crazy. It sure is. She literally had a tattoo on her finger that said shh, which he also has on the same spot. And also, Celeste's family knew that she probably ran away or got kidnapped by a boyfriend that was older and was named David. What are the odds, huh? So let's see what are their evidence. I don't know. Happy birthday. Thanks. Pay. Thanks. I don't know who they are, but I suppose I got a feeling that a lot of people knew about this. A lot of people that didn't say anything or were a part of it. You know what I'm saying? This screenshot is a comment that shows it was from 2024. Someone commented, waiting for LAPD to catch your ASS for messing with a 13-year-old girl. Now this is way before this news came out, so it shows that he had left evidence about this thing going on, and he also had a song, a ballad, I don't know how to say it, B-A-L-L-A-D, and it mentioned her name. It literally said Celeste, and some other weird lyrics that people are connecting. This other, what does it say? Can we not make this a trend? This is made about a literal deceased child. What is it made about? Oh, Celeste. The girl with my name tattooed on her chest. Oh, they are using this lyric that they found from him and making TikToks from it. How disgusting. Another one. Let's take a look at David's TikTok reposts. Let's do it. This one seems to be a video of him, a TikTok of him in the kitchen, and a text on the page on the screen says, when she accuse you of cheating, like you ain't changed your whole lifestyle, invest money, cut off friends and family to keep her happy for the past 3 years. Oh my god, this is crazy. So he definitely, I believe this. He literally groomed an 11-year-old when he was, how old would have been? He's 20 right now, right? And he's 5 years older. 11, 16. So he starts seeing this girl. He's 16, she's 11. And by the time she becomes 13, he has become 18. So they can't be together. And I assume that he took her and said, I will take care of you till you turn 18 so we can do this legally. And that is what he's referencing in this picture for sure, right? Go to the next one. This one says POV, that drive home after straight up killing someone. Now these are David's reposts. He he's making memes out of what he's done, and he is not yet arrested. I assume no evidence connecting him to this crime because he has money and famous. But we'll see, because if this one doesn't get convicted, the world is truly lost it, which, I mean, yeah, it has lost it a long time ago. This next TikTok, again David reposted. A text says, "Me watching her scream after I poured boiling water on her, after she told a boy happy birthday, because why, you happy he made it another year." And it's a picture, I don't think it's him, just a guy looking angrily at the camera. How awful. So I assume that it was a known thing that he is very quirky or edgy, gangster or whatever they call these sorts of behaviors, you know. And no one had a problem with it because they thought it wasn't real, but that's what it is, right? They say it outright, and we just assume it's art and fake, and it's just, you know, a sort of explaining yourself. But maybe it is time we start taking people seriously when they say things, right? Now this other repost is a TikTok of a man chopping up some sort of meat, and the text says, "Me if I see her talk with other dudes." Oh, so cute and funny. I'm very homicidal. It is very quirky. Let's read some of these other posts here. One says, "David and Celeste in July 2024. She has the same ring as in the photo she posted on Discord, where she also has a tattoo that says David." Now they are saying that this deleted user is Celeste. She has a ring on her ring finger and a tattoo on the same finger that says David. And here's a picture of David and Celeste in a party from July 2024. This other one is speculating that Celeste was pregnant, and they're saying that this man is going to the deepest pits of hell. Let's see. There's screenshots of him saying weird stuff like that. I used to be addicted to watching gore vids. These are all from 2 years ago. Again, let's believe people. He said I love gore. He also said somewhere else that me and at deleted user got a kid on the way. This is from a year ago, so God knows. God knows what happened to this girl. Or there are more evidence saying that they were together. But I don't find anything more interesting right now on X. So I'm going to stop the recording right there, and then when I have more to say, I will tell you guys in my next video what a horrible case. So my guess is what I told you. He had been with this little girl since she was a kid, 11 years old. And she probably, since she was a child, she was like, yeah, my family won't allow me to do this, and you're becoming famous. What about just gonna wait till I'm 18. And that is what they were planning to do, but as we can see, this man is a weirdo, is a creep, surrounded by wannabes, surrounded by demonic beings in LA. So it's understandable that no one cared about what he was doing, because they are all doing all of the same things. Anyway, I will see you guys in my next video, and I hope this far into this one you're already sleeping.